And here we are again on this beautiful Friday evening or afternoon or morning time, depending on where you're at in the world. And ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor, as always, to sit down with my two friends in the legends of SFLMiniGP. We have breaking news, but before we get into this breaking news, this episode is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today by Seth Starnes. He also does Next Level Suspension. Everybody knows who Seth is, right? So what he's doing as far as the financial side of things too, to help people stay in the sport and all, that's an absolutely amazing thing. So you guys give him a shout out, shoot him an email, shoot him a text, hit him up on Messenger, and yeah, let's go. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Mike and Rick. What's going on?
What's up, Sim? Go.
Good. What's going on, Chris? How's it going, buddy?
No, just relaxing and chilling. That's all. I can't do much, so.
So this is what happens when you're hanging from chandeliers instead of riding motorcycles.
I know.
Kids don't drink tequila.
No kidding. That's is that your left hand you got going on?
Yeah.
Are you left or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Well, then sexy time's okay. Then you're all right.
Sexy time is okay. I love it. Oh my God. So yeah, I'm excited to hear this breaking news and what's been happening with SFLMiniGP and everything in between. So,
well, we'll start with the vegetable. We'll start with the vegetables, and then we'll work our way through. You kind of update us on how the viewership is going, and we'll figure out when to unleash the dessert. But for right now, we'll get through all the contract stuff, and we'll go to that.
All right, we got 25 people watching right now.
Oh, look at that. Not bad. Look at you, Rick. I put you on the podcast and my numbers already go.
It's all you, man. It's that beard. That beard is worth at least like 15 viewers.
It is. Absolutely, it is. It's a sexy beard, too.
Well, where do you want to start, Mike? I mean, I think we were talking about maybe just a recap of the first two rounds. Let's start there, and we can go into some more things. Oh, for crying out loud. We lost audio, bro. You can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Mike.
No audio.
Let's see.
No audio.
All right, now he's back.
I didn't do anything and I didn't touch anything. All right.
Don't crash, bro.
Last weekend, SFLMiniGP round number 2, and it was our very first Moto America qualifier, round number 1. I got a lot of questions as to why we've never participated in the Moto America qualifier. Why are we only doing it this year? There's a lot of whys, and I'll get into it. The event itself was great. Fantastic weather, fantastic atmosphere. I know the weather channels and the weather apps weren't being nice to us on Sunday, but everybody that came out enjoyed it, and we managed to get the event done and completed underneath the before the rain arrived. So that was a success. We did have one family travel from Dallas to come out and race with us, so that was exciting. We got to meet a new family and a new little racer. He actually did really well. He got to podium in the Spec 50 class, and as we know, that class is not easy to podium in. So big congratulations to Bruno and his family. That was fantastic. As far as Moto America is concerned, the reason we haven't done a lot of stuff in the past or jump right into the whole Moto America Mini Cup, a lot of it was contractual. So what some of you know or don't know, I work with contracts day in and day out, and the contracts that they were putting out, in my opinion, were not favorable. We're a fairly large organization. We've got a lot of following. We've created some amazing talent. We continue to create a lot of talent, and I felt we needed some more incentives to be part of the Moto America qualifier. And I feel it took them a little bit of experience and a little bit of time to realize what it is that we do, what it is that we provide, and how to actually run these events, that finally we were able to come to terms and put on our first qualifier. So it was great. It was exciting. A handful of our locals decided to participate in it. Again, we had that family from Texas come out. I don't know if they were coming out to hang out in Miami anyway, or if they were coming to do the qualifier. But either way, they came out, they participated, and it was a great event. A beautiful trend that's happening now this year. And road racing, kind of like construction and everything else, tends to come in waves. So we're starting to hit our stride, and our wave is starting to go up. And the last two rounds have had some really, really nice looking grids. A lot of great racing, a lot of respectful racing, and it's been quite fun to watch. The other big change this year is the MyLapse timing system. So with that MyLapse timing system, it frees up a lot of my time. So I get to spend a lot of my time in the paddock meeting families and meeting riders and coaching riders and providing feedback and just being more available, which in the last 10 seasons I haven't been. Yes, that's right. I said 10 seasons. That's how long we've been doing this. So it frees up a lot of my time. I get to work with a lot of the kids. I get to work with a lot of racers. I get to, client services and treat people the way they should be treated and have full access to me. So the MyLab system's been huge this year, and we've been enjoying every minute of it. What am I missing? What am I missing, Rick?
Well, I just want to add, I mean, just in the first two rounds alone at SFLMiniGP, and we've had 120 different racers show up across two events. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, we're running 12 classes essentially, everything from 50s all the way up to supermoto. And I don't know, Mike, if you want me to share it all or just call out some of the competitors in the qualifiers and how they did, or
absolutely go for it.
Sweet. So, I want to give a shout out and GP 110. So this is the smallest Ovale class. I was really excited that Moto America brought this back again this year. So for a couple years, the 110 being raced the Moto America Mini Cup. So, it lets the younger kids on the Ovale chassis get out there. And, talking about travel, Chase Jazikoff, who raced Mini Cup last year, took the win with Gavin Blackwood in second and Mason McIntyre, who's on Coop's team, finishing up third, and we had a few others in there, but that's your podium finishers there. In 160, we had Gabe Datus taking the win in that one, with Cole Peterman right behind him and Willie Rodriguez. Gabe is a veteran of Mini Cup. He went and showed up in Wisconsin last year, so he's back at it, going after it. And then in GP 190, we had Connor Raymond with American Racing. There's another traveler. He came all the way down from PA. And going back, did I say to the Jazzikovs? They're coming down from up north as well, right, Mike? Are they New Jersey?
New Jersey, Pennsylvania, yeah, in that area, correct.
Yeah. So they've actually committed to do the full season with us, and they're making that journey down for every one of our race rounds. But going back to that 190 class, Connor took the first win with Gabe right behind him in second, and Blake Sorrentino, who I believe ran Mini Cup last year as well. And Artur Pino actually finished fifth, and he's one of our new kids that's coming up. In the 110 class, another Jazikoff, Chase again with the win. Robert Sewall, one of our longstanding kids, in second, and Mason McIntyre third there. And stock 50, Cooper Jazikoff, the younger Jazikoff, actually beat his brother. So, and Chase is a little salty about that. But Cooper finished first with Bruno coming, all the way from Texas in second, and one of our kids, Abel, with his first podium in third there. Street GP, this grid. So this is a big grid for us to begin with. I think we had 24 bikes in this grid, 25 bikes. And I won't go through it all. A few of them that are in here won't qualify actually for Mini Cup qualifier because they're on like dirt bike style. So Street GP is like your Groms and Z125s, those types of bikes. Cooper Glover, my boy, finished first. He took the win with Cole Williams second and Jordan Hand third. And so, I mean, that's a pretty packed class, man, and a lot of competition there. So we're excited to see, how that's going to pan out in Mini Cup. So that covers your 6 classes that are qualifier number 1.
I love it. Busy weekend.
Yeah, man. I mean, the competition was fantastic. We ran the track backwards this time. Round 1, we ran the same track.
How did I forget to even mention that? Yeah.
I was getting ready to say it. I had it written down right here.
Yeah, we ran. God. It was it gave people some anxiety to begin with, because turn 1 is tight, and it's bad enough with a grid full of motards and minis like filing in there, but in the normal direction. But turn 1 was tight. I mean, all in all, dude, I mean, we had a couple people go down just in normal racing, but I think it worked out great, and I think a lot of people loved it. We ran it in reverse to make sure that those that were coming for Mini Cup that had never ran with us had an equal advantage, right? Because we've never practiced or even run it in reverse. It's a home track for us, and I mean, we've gone to T4 20, 30 times, and we've never run it that direction. So
is that something you gentlemen are thinking about doing in the future for the other tracks as well as running in reverse?
Well, I mean, Bushnell, you can run in a ton of directions.
Yeah.
Bill, same way, you can run in a ton of directions. Being that this was the first Moto America round, and having the track allow us to run it in reverse made that decision for me. And I kept it I kept it close, because not even Rick knew. Nobody knew I was doing it. I had many people calling, Mike, what's your layout? Because I tend to mess with the layouts. I really do. I like, we've gone from 10 seasons ago having 8 tracks to now only having 3 tracks in Florida. So I've got to get creative. I want to keep people wondering. I want to keep people guessing and excited. And one way to do it is having them show up on a Saturday morning, not knowing what track's going to be there, and then enjoying it that way for the weekend. So I am known for that. Those people that do know that kind of anticipated something happening at Anderson. They just didn't. At T4, sorry. At T4, they just didn't know what was going to happen. I did get some individuals concerned about going in reverse. There were a handful of people that were a little salty because they were planning on running it in the normal direction, hoping for that advantage. So I kind of talked them off that ledge. One individual was actually asking me for a refund because he was not comfortable going in reverse, never practiced in reverse, and didn't want to race. And my reply was, well, that's what Saturday is for. So practice on Saturday and enjoy your race on Sunday. And sure enough, on Sunday he came back and gave me a big hug and said he's excited that he stayed. So people don't like change. It is what it is. You can't make everybody happy. But at the end of the day, I'm going to make the best decisions for the org. I'm going to make the best decisions for the riders and the families. And I want the excitement and I want the challenge. And I'm not a guy that hides from challenges. So everyone that's on this journey with me is going to enjoy those challenges with me. And that's all that happens.
I love it. So, Rick, what about running it in reverse? Didn't you like?
Turn 1. That's been always the biggest concern. You're hauling ass down a long straight, and it's a tight left turn with not a lot of runoff. But it turns out there was actually a lot more than you would have thought, and they had barriers there. But that was my concern. It was always just the one turn. The rest of it we didn't care. Coop got big-eyed when Mike made the announcement, and then it was like 2 minutes of chat and we're fine. So no big deal.
Yeah, there's a couple comments. So your Mari, she said she loved it backwards. Let's do it again.
He actually, by the end of the weekend, he told me he that was his favorite configuration ever, running the track. So.
And Bob said the same thing too. He says he prefers it in reverse, smoother flow in his opinion.
A lot more lefts. So people that like lefts,
it suits them. Yeah, right. And then
not only that, but it removed the bumps that are usually in the opposite direction. In the normal direction, there's some bumps and there's some hits that are on the race line. Going in this direction, you avoid them completely. So that was some of the comments I got too.
I love it. I love it. Keith Kelly says, we want more Juju merch.
We want Keith Kelly to get a little bite and get his ass out here and ride with us.
There you go, Keith.
Man,
and then you can pick up some merch while you're there.
You just got to go to Julian's website, jujuracing.com, and you can order all the merch you want, buddy. It'll go there.
Yep, absolutely. So, and you guys that are listening, if you haven't done it yet, go there, support Juju. He's taking on a big task this year, which congratulations to him. right? The Talent Cup and the British Talent Cup. So he's got a big year ahead of him.
He's got a lot of travel, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, what's
Why
the
don't we
next
hit-
topic, Rick? What do we hit next?
Let's hit that. Let's talk about where these amazing kids are going. I mean, we got a lot of adults that race with us too, but we got some kids that are hitting the bigs and running their series this year. So.
Yeah, let's start with Daytona. Daytona was really strong for the SFL Mini GP kids this year. Matthew Chapin took P1. Chapin is a New Jersey Mini GP kid, so altogether still Mini GP family. So big congratulations to him taking both wins. Do we have one on third?
Oh God, I forgot who the top.
Funny about that, Mike. I told him, I seen him Thursday. I went up to him in the morning and was like, dude, are you ready for Daytona? He's like, yeah. I said, the real question is everybody in the Twins Cup ready for you? And he just laughed. I said, you're going to win this weekend. And boom, there it was. He's a monster for sure.
Dude, Maddie's a great kid, and that's they're an awesome family. It's super nice.
Yes,
I know.
Demario.
Yep, Demario.
Yep. No, so Demario's not a Mini GP kid.
No.
I know Avery, Andrew, Logan.
Dominic Doyle was third.
Yep.
Okay, so he's not it. I think Avery finished fifth.
Yeah,
Isaac
Avery was
sixth.
fifth in both races.
Yeah, Avery was fifth. Isaac was sixth.
Actually, no, I think they gave it to Andrew, didn't they? They
Andrew Way, yeah.
They swapped it to Andrew.
So Matthew, Avery, Isaac, Logan, and Andrew.
Yeah.
We had 5 kids in the Twins Cup, all finished in the top 10. I think
10.
we can close it up that way. They finished in the top 10. So really
That's
good
amazing.
with them. This coming weekend at Coda, you're gonna have Julian and Ella doing the Moto America Talent Cup.
Yep.
So that's exciting.
Yes.
In Super Sport, you've got Tyler Scott, Gus Rodeo, Joe Lamondre,
Hope and Brand.
I don't
Well,
know
that
where
would be super.
Posh.
I was thinking
Brandon.
Superbike. I'm hoping Brandon
That's
has a ride.
Superbike.
Yeah.
I know there's a handful. I think Eli Block's doing Super Sport also this year, if I'm not mistaken.
I heard Eli's doing flat track.
Okay.
Flat track.
So there's a handful in Super Sport for sure, and then in Superbike, if Stefano shows up, you've got Stefano, you've got Sean, you've got Brandon,
PJ.
You've got PJ. Where's PJ? PJ's in Super Sport, right?
Yep.
PJ's a Mini GP kid, so PJ's there. I think that's all of them for now. I'm sure
Strong
I'm missing
list.
102, and I'm gonna piss them off, and I'm sorry, but I'm in the car, so forgive me.
All is forgiven.
What are you gonna do?
But yeah, we've got quite the list of kids and riders in Moto America that fly that Mini GP flag.
Kayla was Yakov from SFL Mini too?
Kayla?
No.
No, I think Kayla did her own thing.
All right.
But then you got Juju. Juju's going to be doing then British Talent Cup this year again. So back is that his third full season? Is that right?
Yes, this will be his third full season, tied together with this Moto America Talent Cup. And then you've got Leonardo Guimaraes, who's going to be racing not ETC, the other Talent Cup, the new Talent Cup in Spain. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. Yeah.
ESBK. He's going to be racing.
Yeah, ESBK.
The ESBK. Guimaraes, he's out there in Spain doing his thing. Other Mini GP kid out of here. And then as far as I know, going over to the FIM, we can run into the FIM Ovali Cup now, unless there's something else I missed there, Rick.
No, I think we got that covered, and we can talk about FIM and maybe explain the difference between that and Moto America Mini Cup.
Sure. No, that's a great idea. So the Moto America Mini Cup is just national, United States, right? The winners and the champions from there kind of get a pat on the back and an applause. Hey, congratulations, you won a Moto America Mini Cup. It ends there. And the way they work is they've got a bunch of mini organizations around the United States that are holding qualifiers, 2 to 3 qualifiers. So you go out, you run a qualifier, kind of like ours, you get some points, and then at that point, if you decide to go for the championship, everybody gets united at Road America in Wisconsin, and they run a race weekend there, and then they claim champions for each of the classes. So that's how the Moto America Mini Cups work. And then you've got John Hopkins and Matt Dill out in California. They've got Ovalle USA. They just bought Apex Motorsports Park, and they have gotten the approval from Dorna to run the FIM Mini Cup. So they're going to be holding it in the West Coast this year only, and you're able to fly in. They've got an arrive and drive program. So you can fly in, you'll have your motorcycle, you've got a mechanic, it's all prepped, taken care of for you. You literally fly in, hop on your bike, race your weekend, hop off your bike, get back on a plane and head home. So it avoids all the traveling and all the trailering and all that stuff. So that is an option there for the 110, 160, and 190 class. Now, the champion of the I think it's champion and second place of 160 and 190 gets sent to Spain, where you get to race against the rest of the nations in the FIM Mini Cup. So you're going to be up against kids from Asia, Australia, Canada, Mexico, anywhere that runs FIM Mini Cup race internationally. They send their two champs, and everybody battles for the championship of the globe or the world or whatever they call it. First piece of news there is we are sending a rider from our paddock. So Arthur Pignol was selected from our paddock to be sent over to the FIM Mini Cup to represent SFLMiniGP. So he's going to head out there. He's going to be racing in the 160 class and representing us on the East Coast. The other kid that I know, there's two other kids that are going representing SFL, but not part of that scholarship program. I believe Gabe Datis is going to be heading out there, and he's going to be doing both classes, 160 and 190. And then Mason McIntyre is flying out to also do the 160. So we're going to have three kids flying out from Florida to go race in the FIM Mini Cup. Another bit of news that I got permission to announce during this podcast is next year, 2026, SFLMiniGP will be running the FIM Mini Cup on the East Coast. So now you're going to be able to go to either coast, either East Coast or West Coast, to arrive and drive, race for your championship, and ideally we will be sending champions from the East Coast and the West Coast to Spain to go battle it out with the rest of the world. So that is your first bit of news on this podcast. Is FIM Mini Cup is coming to the East Coast, flying under South Florida Mini GP, and arrive and drive program, same exact setup. Arrive and drive program will be here. You can fly in, you can drive in, however you want to do. Hop on your bike, race your weekend, and then head on out. Put your points together for a championship. Champions from 160 and 190 head out to battle it against the rest of the world. So I'm extremely excited for that. I've been waiting for this opportunity for a really, really, really long time. Moto America had the FIM Mini Cup originally. Then it went to ASRA, and now finally it has landed in the hands of individuals that can run mini organizations and kind of figure out all the ins and outs, and it should be extremely successful. So we're eliminating the travel. We're eliminating the cost of traveling this immense country to try and get races in and get a championship done. Now you're going to have individual championships on the East Coast and the West Coast with arrive and drive programs, and get more Americans out on the international stage. So that's that bit of it.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yes,
I didn't even know that.
I mean, that's absolutely, I say it all the time, how SFL Mini is the biggest organization we have as far as talent in the United States, hands down 100%. And I tell everybody I talk to, man, if you want to, learn to ride or anything, go to SFL Mini, either Jersey or South Florida. It's the best program we have. And that's such amazing news, Mike. That's such big for us here in the United States too, as well, to have that program set in place, especially with the FIM, that whole fly and is even better for everybody else, right? Because it's going to keep costs down on, like you said, traveling, because this big
Correct.
country is just ridiculous. So
At the end of the day, it's a sealed engine spec class racing. So there's no reason for you to want to bring your bike or trailer your bike from Ohio or Michigan or wherever it is that you race to try to get to an FIM Mini Cup when you can just fly in, hop on the same bike you'd be trailering down anyway, race your race, knock it out, win a championship, and make your way internationally. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. I've been waiting for this for a really, really long time. Ever since it came out, I've been buying for it, and finally, I'm getting the opportunity to help in that platform. So we'll be helping both nationally and internationally, which I'm beyond excited about. A lot of you know I've got my toes in the water with international racing with my son. Um, been through all the weeds, been through all the jungles, still in the jungle trying to figure the way out. But at least now we've got another path that I can help other families and racers come through. And ideally, right, the next thing that would back up, you guys heard me mention the scholarship, and our last podcast was introducing our nonprofit, which is Mini SBK USA, and that's a fully nonprofit organization that we're going to use to be able to fund and help and get individuals on racetracks that deserve it, that have the speed, that have the talent, and lack the finances, which is the majority of the story in the sport. Unfortunately, it's an expensive sport, and if you don't find the sponsors, you don't find the money, you end up falling short. And our goal with that is to be able to put riders out there, and we've got the first one that we did it with, which is Arthur Pignol. So Arthur got the very first Mini SBK USA scholarship to go out and race at the FIM Mini Cup, and without that scholarship, Arthur was not planning on going. So it's exciting, right? It's exciting to be able to do that to a family and do that to a rider and provide him an opportunity he was most likely not going to get.
I love it, dude. Big standing ovation for you, Mike. You, my friend, is proper mega. All the hard work you put in. You talk about
Uh,
me? Nah, brother, it's you, man.
it is not me at all. It is people like Rick and
Well,
Carrie
it's
and Tim.
everybody, right?
Yeah, it's everyone. I mean, if it wasn't for Tim and Carrie, Amico, who spend their time and their funds doing the shirts and the tumblers and the hats and the cups and everything else that they sell at our events to raise this money, um, we wouldn't be able to do what we did this year with Arthur. So, yeah, it might be the face, and yeah, the beard is great, and everybody gets to see the beard and complain of the beard. But there's so many people behind me that are amazing individuals and allow this to happen. So I can't take away from them. What they've done
100%.
and been able to achieve to get us those funds to get these people out there is fantastic. So
I love
that's your segue into me patting Rick in the back for what Mini SBK USA is becoming now. So I'll let Rick segue into that subject.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Maya, dude, and you're super kind. I mean, this org has been really important to us as far as just time with my kid and teaching him a lot of life lessons and whatnot. So I have a lot of passion for it, and I certainly want it to succeed. And I've made some of the best friendships of my life, and through this organization, and watching these kids grow up and do amazing things it's just special to be a part of it. And while I am biased that we have, I think, one of the best organizations, the best organization in the country, the exciting news with FIM, we have talented riders around around the USA, not just in the Southeast. There's fast kids everywhere. And so the FIM stuff is really cool to me, that we can have an East and West Coast and give those kids opportunities to span this vast country of ours, this great USA, and get some of those kids some exposure. So with that, Mike made the announcement with about Mini SBK as the nonprofit arm for us, and for us to help generate funds and give companies a way to channel their dollars in, and give them a tax benefit for doing so, to help our kids. Well, part of that is having a presence that looks professional and looks real. and looks looks the part, that complements the hard work and effort that we put into all this, so that they don't think that they're just putting their money to nothing. So Mike and I have been talking for honestly a couple years about upgrading our look and feel and our presence of our website. He secured minisbkusa.com, and he gave me and I took the freedom to go and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. So he's the boss, and I said, this is it. So we if you go out to minisbkusa.com, you will see our new website. It is live. On here, we are able to not only just do the whole basics of talking about Mini SBK, but to run SFLMiniGP as well. We can put our competitor info docs, our rules and regulations. We can start posting news stories and have a professional appearance. We can post technical bulletins for when there's rule changes. We can keep our standings for all of our race results in a nice, clean format that everybody can read. And we have an online store capability. Right now, that store is only used for registering for events and for development days, and also for renting bikes. Because if anybody's listening to this and you haven't been to an event, you can come out, rent a CRF 50 or CRF 110 or 125, and we provide all the gear as part of that rental. So you have no excuses. You don't need a bike, you don't need gear, you don't need nothing. Just show up and we'll get you out on track. But the site itself has been a labor of love. We put a lot of little time into it. It's just me. So it might have a little bit of quirks here and there. I hope not. We've spent a lot of time trying to clean it up and refine it. And we've got some great ideas for kind of enhancing it little by little as we go. We include if you go out there, you'll see under the race SFLMiniGP folder, you drop it down, you'll be able to see racer profiles, so that we can start to write little stories and highlight our kids and what they race, so other people around the world can log in and see it. And I know there's functionality that we're trying to figure out as well, that we can write news stories or press releases that can be then handed off to Road Racing World, and then can be automatically linked to social media, so that it draws attention to our website and whatnot. So we probably got a couple days of a little bit of work to turn off the old site. But if you're registering for round 3, you're going to go to minisbkusa.com and just go to the store and register for your event. You can do just like you did at the old site, where you put in all your information, you can put in your race classes, and you can pay online, set it up to pay at the event, just like everything you did before. So but our goal hopefully is to use this also to attract the attention of those big companies that have maybe advertising dollars or support dollars, or have a passion for being involved in racing and can contribute to our nonprofit and give more kids opportunities like we were able to do with our tour. So so that's my pitch, and that's our announcement. So yeah. So I don't know what else we want to add.
Kudos to you, Rick. I know you've done a lot, and you've gone through this entire website, and I hope people start to log into it, pay attention to it. There's a lot of information there, and as we start getting closer and closer to the event, I'll keep doing videos and showing you guys what's on the website, how to take what documents are there, what information is there, yada yada yada. I know the question in a lot of you guys' heads right now is, why Mini SBK USA? Why not just keep it SFLMiniGP? SFLMiniGP and New Jersey MiniGP, that name isn't going anywhere. We're still MiniGP. We're still a MiniGP family. We're still all together, still working towards the same pattern. The reason for Mini SBK USA is it makes us national. It provides you a national window to attract funds from the nation, to bring attention to what we're doing in a larger format. So when you initially, yeah, you're going to Mini SBK USA, but when you open up that website, the first logo you're going to see is the Mini GP logo. It's Mini GP powered by Mini SBK USA. And as we continue to grow the program, as we continue to gain interest and gain attention, Mini SBK will continue to power our Mini GP family. So that's the side of using that name, using that tag, using that website. Eventually, like Rick said, you're going to type in SFLMiniGP.com, NJMiniGP.com, or wherever it is you're going to go, and it's going to bring you to our website, and you're going to get the same feel, same look. We're just moving into the new century. We're moving into the new technology. It allows us to get more information out. It allows us to get blasts out. It allows us to update you at an instant versus me getting on a video on Instagram at 7 o'clock at night telling you, hey, by the way, I made these changes. I hope all of you saw it. And then, half of the people are confused come race weekend. So the website's going to alleviate a lot of those headaches and get you guys the information a lot faster, a lot cleaner, and with the hopes of building a presence online that companies and individuals that have the means and methods to spend some cash, get a tax write-off, and continue putting kids on the racetrack.
I love it. And speaking of which, we have an SFL Mini legend in the house right now, AV Dreyer. He says, "Yo, what is up, Avery?"
Yo.
It's awesome. Your Mari says website looks amazing. Very user friendly with easy to access info. Informs. Great job, Rick.
Thank you.
Yep, absolutely amazing job, Rick. Because I've been on there too several times. It's like it's beautiful. Absolutely, it is. Nelson ER says I like that name. Makes it more inclusive. It does.
Agreed.
Oh wait, hold on. Nelson's listening. Hold on. Mr. Nelson ER.
Yeah.
Thank you for popping up. Thank you for popping up, Nelson. I eventually I would have gotten to it. Let's go back to FIM Mini Cup and our scholarship sponsored child, Arthur Pignol. Nelson called me earlier today, and Nelson is donating $300 towards Arthur to help with their logistics for going across to California. So big thank you to Nelson. Called me directly and made his step forward and provided sponsorship to help with the logistics of Arthur. So JD, if you are listening, I'll be sending those funds over to you directly after the chat, but those come from Mr. Nelson ER. So Nelson, thank you for stepping up. Nelson's been in the background for many years. Nelson has been an anonymous donor, helped many individuals get on our racetrack fully covered and fully paid for. This was the first year Nelson was ready to not become anonymous anymore and kind of step up in front of his funds, put a face to it. So big thank you, Nelson. I wish I can tell you that it's going to be easy, but now you're going to get a lot of people sending you messages like, yo, send me a couple $100. So be ready for the messages and the phone calls because they're going to come.
I love it. Yeah. He says, Nelson actually says, I believe in what you guys are doing. Thank you all. No, thank you, Nelson. You're absolutely amazing.
Awesome, man. That's fantastic.
And then Ride to Death. Ride to Death says, I see Pin to Gas on the Mini SBK site. It's an honor.
Yep.
Yes,
absolute honor.
So one of the next enhancements I'm going to do, because now that I put out a blast like a few weeks back about asking people to send me like rider profile information and whatever, and I gave them really no clue. I got a few takers, like 5. I think if you go out there right now, obviously I put Coop out because I made it, and I got a few others. But now I hope to get them all. I'm going to try to set it up to where I have rider profiles youth and rider profiles adult, so you can click one or the other to filter through. But it's a lot of functionality. It's a lot of work to type all that stuff up, to get it out there, to publish it and whatever. So, but I love it, and I hope they can flood in and you can get it to me. But the next thing I want to do is the same exact thing for sponsors. So I'm going to have a sponsor profile out there, and to where you can click that page and go look at all the sponsors, click on it, get actually more detail, click to their websites, and if they provide any discounts for our racers, it would be on there so you can get to it really quickly, and so forth. So, and Pin the Gas has been, absolutely amazing. Chris, we love what you do.
I would give you a heart.
You're like us, starting with all the small stuff and giving all the small guys love. It's not all about the big thing. It's about, the little stuff, and growing the sport, and just you're our people, right? You see it the way we see it, and you've given us an outlet to share this stuff. And we can't thank you enough, man. And so you are always one of our honorary sponsors. You highlight our kids, you bring them on, you give them a venue, a platform to talk, and it's worth gold, man. So just thank you so much.
The honor's all mine. Thank you, guys. Yeah,
Let's
I don't know what to
anybody
say,
let's open up the discussion page. Anybody got any questions? Doesn't matter how hard or soft you want to hit them. Send your questions away.
Yep. Yeah, if anybody's got any questions, or if you guys want to jump on and ask a question live, send me a thing on Messenger, and I'll bring you in the studio, and you can ask Mike and Rick a question live on the podcast. For sure.
I think we hit all the topics, right, Rick? I don't think we missed anything.
Yeah, you did. I've been checking them off as you guys. Yeah. I wrote everything down.
I had the list, like we went through it all. So
I did. I'm excited. Big things.
I did that quick head count. I couldn't believe we've had 120 different racers in the first two events, and I know round 2 was a little bit smaller than round 1. But it was due to you should have watched the weather forecast. I mean, it was forecasting just to piss rain on us all day, and somehow, some way, it avoided us. I finished loading up and I was rolling out. I went across the bridge and I got pounded by rain. So we got very, very lucky.
Yeah, we did. It's I appreciate the people that hung through and didn't care about the weather, because they knew our paddock and our atmosphere just is so inviting and so much fun and so exciting. So I'm glad they all decided to come out and hang out.
100%. Bob actually has a question. He says, have you reached out to Circuit Florida to see if they'd open up their track to MiniGP?
Yes, Bob. I have reached out, and I continue to reach out to all tracks in Florida. And unfortunately, most of those tracks are not interested in motorcycle racing, or they throw an extremely stupid number at me to put motorcycles on a racetrack. And at the end of the day, I know what we can provide. I know what I'm willing to pay a track in order to keep this business alive. And it makes no sense when a track wants to throw you a number of $25,000 for a day because they just feel that they can. So I'm not willing to go down that path. I'm not willing to allow tracks to abuse us that way because they think they're a track. We've got amazing partners in T4 Carplex and Bushnell Motorsports Park, along with Gainesville and the Heron Compound, that there's no reason for me to go open the door to a new track and they want to insult us by throwing ridiculous numbers at us. So I'm a businessman by trade. I'm a contract man by trade, and I refuse to get pushed around. And I'm not going to let our families and our kids deal with those kinds of injustices. So I have the conversations every year. There's a handful of tracks in northern Florida that unfortunately do the same thing to us all the time. Down in Homestead, unfortunately, Homestead, it's not that they throw a ridiculous number at us. They have a really, really tough situation with insurance, and the cost of the insurance to run the event just does not make it worth it. I mean, we're talking in the tens of thousands of dollars for insurance to put motorcycles on that kart track, and it doesn't make sense. So for right now, it's T4 Carplex, Bushnell, Gainesville, and ideally, if we can get the Heron Compound repaved. I know Josh Heron was mentioning that he's got people that were going to repave it and bring it back to life. So ideally, he takes care of that this year, and we can get back up there and start enjoying that compound and enjoying Mama Heron, because I'm going to miss her this year. I don't know about the rest of you, but I miss seeing Mama Heron. I miss not being at the Heron Compound. But, at the end of the day, we got to go to tracks that we can have championships in, that we can have races in, that people want to go to. And that makes the decision difficult on pulling them out this year. But we'll get to it. I'm extremely hopeful that we'll be getting to the Heron Compound. But yeah, I have conversations every November with every racetrack that is within reach here in Florida. And if the conversation goes well, it's on our calendar. And if the call doesn't go well, then it's not. Same thing with Orlando Kart Center. Orlando Kart Center would love to have us on their track. I talk to him all the time. I probably talk to him 3 times a year. The issue with Orlando Kart Center is he's in the smack dab middle of Orlando, and he makes a ton of money on rentals. And it's just, for him, his business plan, it doesn't make sense to give us a Saturday and a Sunday that's going to cost him a ton of money. He'll give me the track if I decide to show up and race from 1 a.m. to 10 a.m., but that doesn't make sense for our families and our racers. I can't have kids out there at 1 a.m. racing on a racetrack. If we were all adults and we were just a bunch of grown men and women going out racing, then that sounds more like a fun party on a Saturday night. But we have to understand that we're a family corporation. Ooh, that's a big word. We're a family company. We have families on our racetrack. We have an environment to uphold. We have an atmosphere to uphold, and racing during those times just doesn't make sense to us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's insurance is a big part of the cost of everything nowadays, especially when it comes to racing. So yeah, I totally get it. I do. So one question I did have for you, Mike, is like, you have a rental program with the leathers and all that. How do you acquire all these leathers? Do people donate them to you? Let's say if somebody had like a leather suit they wanted to donate, how would they go about doing that?
Actually, in the recent years, I've been taking that one step forward. So yeah, a lot of our suits are donated, or suits like Envy's provided a handful of suits throughout the years, brand new suits that he throws into the trailer. Everybody that outgrows their suits throws them into the trailer. And lately what I've been doing is an exchange program. So if somebody's not able to afford a suit, whether they've got a suit or not, I've got so many suits in that trailer that we're fortunate enough to be able to loan or provide that suit for them to take the suits home so they can train and practice and go to the racetrack in between our events and keep getting better. So we're fortunate enough at this point that we've got enough gear, enough safety gear, enough equipment to be able to loan out and provide individuals that can't get a new suit or a suit for themselves yet to be able to continue growing and progressing in the sport. And then when they outgrow it, they bring it back, or when they buy something new, they bring it back, or they end up buying a new one for us and they give us that. So yeah, it's very much a donated program, and that's why we don't charge anything for it either. So coming to get gear, boots, helmets, all that stuff, there's no cost to using our gear, because it's all part of donations and individuals doing the trade-in program.
I love it. That's absolutely amazing, right?
Yeah, it's one of the dirty little secrets is that if you have kids in the sport, you realize that you go through more suits than you really want to. So especially when you got one like mine that he's on his 5th in less than 16 months. So just from growth. So
yeah,
it's been a lot. Yeah.
Are you eventually thinking about requiring all airbags to be in the Mini GP series? Requiring airbag suits, or?
No, I don't think that's a requirement for us. I mean, it's a plus. It's optional. You're more than welcome to run it. I would suggest that you run them, but it's an additional cost to our families that I don't think is something that needs to be implemented. You can go and get yourself a motocross chest and back protector for 50, 60, 70 bucks. Put that under your suit, and you're better protected than just wearing the suit. There's back protectors that you can pick up cheap at Cycle Gear that'll do the same job in your bag. It's optional. It's recommended. I suggest it, especially if you're on some of the bigger bikes like the 450s and the Super Minis. I think that's something that you should be wearing. But at the end of the day, is it a requirement? No. Am I going to force people to go out and spend $1,000 on an airbag? No. I don't think it's something that's required for the type of racing that we do.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, I highly recommend chest. There's a lot of places, just you've seen Fabio, with all the no undersuit or anything sliding those things in, the MotoGP guys, an impact to the chest, it can be rough. So
it's
I know it's
fun.
not required, but I highly recommend chest.
Yeah, I don't have an airbag. I just run a chest protector in the
Yeah.
back, of course.
Coop's got an airbag in his, but we have it in there for because we're running, big track days, and we're gonna try to do maybe a little weird this year as well. But
Bob actually has a question. He says, "Is there a donation link on the mini
so
the SBK
yeah, so
USA?"
there's a that's a great question. There is a product in the store called donation, and it's got $1, and you can increase the quantity to whatever you want and make it as many as you want. I plan on adding in like a $5 one, a $25 one, a $100 one, or whatever, so that people can go and do it and clean it up. But I mostly had it in there for testing, because I was trying to test products and whatever, and actually paying through our pay services and stuff like that, and I didn't want to keep sending a full day of race registration to Mike every time I wanted to test a product. So I was using that something a buck at a time and go from there. But yeah, the donation products are out there. I think initially that's going to be the easiest way to do it, but Mike and I will keep working. But tonight after this call, I'll actually go out and add a $1, a $5, 25, and 100. So and then, like I said, just change your quantity. If you want more, just multiply it. So.
I love it. I love it. And then Chris says, "Will we be seeing T4 in reverse again in the future?"
Yes, I can say we will be seeing T4 in reverse again in the future. I think it worked out great. It gave everybody a different feeling for a track. So yeah, this allows. So now T4 has 3 different variations, and Bushnell has 6 different variations, and Gainesville probably has another 4 variations. So that's how many tracks we're able to create with the 3 tracks that we go to. So it'll be good.
We could do 4 at T4. You can do reverse, or you can do regular where you full track. You can do regular where you cut out the hairpin. You can do regular where you cut out 3 and 4. You can cut out 3 and 4, and you could do every one of those in reverse as well.
In reverse as well, yeah. So yeah, we will be running it in reverse again. I promise.
One thing I do want to say is I want to give a late happy birthday shout out to John Ludwig, man. It was his birthday.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning.
Yeah, so big shout out to John, bro. We appreciate you.
Love you, bro. Happy birthday.
We love him.
Big man, John, birthday boy.
Yeah, I had to add that in. I had it down on my notes. I was like, don't forget John's birthday. I love it. Well, good, man. So when's the next event happening?
Next one will be at Bushnell, April 12th and 13th. At the end of trophy ceremony at last event, I asked a question if they wanted me to do a secret layout or if people wanted to run full, and everybody wants to run full. So no secret at Bushnell. We will be running full layout in the normal direction, and that's how that next round will go. So April 12th and 13th, Bushnell Motorsports Park. Get registered, get signed up. Mini SBK USA, get in there, start learning how to go through the whole kart process, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Yep, and bear with me when you're you're going through those. You can't. We won't have the ability to create an account, see your orders. You'll be able to put it in. You'll submit your order. You'll pay at the track, whatever. You'll get a confirmation email, and you'll have all that. And then when you get there, we'll check in and everything else and fulfill your orders. But if there's any issues, like problems, send me a note through Messenger or whatever. Mike and I are also trying to. We've got a task here in the next week or two to get our email set up for Mini SBK USA. And so that email accounts can come to us with questions and whatnot. And there is a contact page on there. It's actually under the Mini SBK one. I need to probably make that a little easier to get to as well.
We got JD Diaz says Author Racing got to use his airbag this past race in turn 1. He got back out and finished the race. Congratulations. And then Brian Ludwig said, "That's my bro." Yes, he is, Brian.
Brian, your bro is awesome, dude. Can't wait to meet you one day.
Yeah, me too. Me too, man. I can't wait to come down there and spend the weekend with you guys at SFLMiniGP.
You need to heal that hand up and come out and play.
You keep threatening about coming down. I'm still waiting.
He was supposed to come out at Heron, and then a little thing called Helene came in and completely ruined our event last year. So
That's all right. As soon as this gets healed, I'm making a trip and I'm gonna come down there.
we had it all set. He was going to stay with me and Coop, and we were going to get him on a bike and everything else. We were all ready to go.
Ready.
Nature
Had my leathers, everything. I was packed up, ready to go.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll make it happen for sure. Absolutely. Well, I'm excited, man. There's big things happening for us. I always believed it in the program, SFLMiniGP. Obviously, everybody knows I'm a huge fan. I talk about it all the time. I have them everywhere, stickers all over the place. It's an honor to be part of such an amazing program, and all the youth you're bringing to the table. The future legends of our sports just been absolutely amazing. Even more so, it's been amazing to be part of the journey, to see the growth. Not only of the kids coming out, but as you, Mike and Rick, your guys' kids, but as the whole SFL Mini program has been taken off and reaching new heights, because it's absolutely amazing, man. Big congratulations to everybody behind the scenes, even though you're the beautiful front man with the beard, right? But everybody that goes along with it, big congratulations to every single one of you guys and girls.
I appreciate it, dude. And again, I know I'm the face, but there's a whole lot of people. Rick, Sam, his wife Heather, Tim, Carrie, Pat, Christians, just so many people behind us that help those events run. We got Zach this year with the timing. It's just every year we get a little better. Every year we get a little smoother. It's exhausting, right? It's exhausting. There's many times during the year where I'm like, man, do I really want to keep doing this? You know, Julian's in Europe, Grayson's playing basketball. I really don't have a child. Like the first 5 years, 6 years of doing it, I was doing it for my kids because they were in it. Like they loved it. And we started building this community and I started falling in love with this community. And now the community is what drives me. When I get Arthur or Mason or Stuntman or Cole or their younger siblings or Chase or Jace or Cooper, and they all come and they give me a hug and they give me a smile at the end of the weekend on that Sunday when I'm exhausted, beat the hell from the entire weekend, and they give me that hug, they give me that high five, and they're like, man, we had such a good time. That's what makes me want this to keep going. That's what makes Mini SBK show up. That's where these ideas in my head, I spit them out to Rick and I spit them out to people, and I'm like, how the hell do I make this happen so this stuff keeps happening? And these guys all step up and they're like, all right, here's your brainchild. You wanted it. Figure it out now because here it is. So it's great. At the end of the day, I'm not going anywhere. I love the community. I love the family that we built. It's our extended family. My wife's in it 100%. Without Sassy being in it, this would be extremely difficult to do. And she's out there cooking in the sun with those kids, watching those kids race, protecting those kids, protecting our families out there on the racetrack. Um, if it wasn't for her relentless support, dude, this stuff wouldn't happen either. It's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it. Yeah, you guys only see us on the weekend, but it's everything that happens during the week. There's the rental program that's got to get taken care of, all that gear that's got to get cleaned out, all the documentation, all the insurance stuff I've got to do, all the contract stuff I got to do at the tracks. It's endless amount of work that takes a shit ton of time. But at the end of the day, everyone smiles, everyone's happiness, the atmosphere, what we're building, these kids going into Moto America and professional racing, and not just showing up to hop on a bike and be like, hey, I got a Moto America logo on my shirt. They're out there, dude. When you see a Mini GP kid show up to your racetrack, you're like, oh shit, they're here. What's going to happen? And I guarantee you what's going to happen is a Mini GP kid on that podium. So I might be cocky, I might be arrogant. I call it confidence. I've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this organization. Many other people have put a ton of blood, sweat, and tears into this organization. It's what we do. It's what we continue to do. You will know the name. You will know our riders. You will see them on that podium. You will see them holding championship trophies, because that is what we're driven to do. And I couldn't be prouder about it. Again, I've said this before. If you asked me 10 years ago or 10 seasons ago if this is where we would be, I tell you absolutely with the F-bomb, yes, this is exactly where we will be. And I'll tell you right now, 10 years from now, my plan and my goal is to have riders be fully funded to go racing on a professional series wherever the heck they want to go, and be fully funded with that proud logo on their chest. SFLMiniGP helped me get here, not only teaching me how to ride, not only showing me how to race, but backing me 100% to where the only thing I need to concentrate on is to go and win a race. That is the goal. That is the dream. That is my 10-year plan. I know there's people out there that can help me do it in 2 years. I know there's people out there that have the financial backing to help me do it next year. You'll come, you'll warm up to the idea, you'll see that there's a benefit to it. At the end of the day, we're helping people achieve their dreams, and I'm all about achieving those dreams.
Me too, brother. I couldn't have said it better myself. Absolutely. It's amazing. I mean, what you do, what everybody does. I mean, the proof's in the pudding. Look at all the championships you guys already won in Moto America and all the kids that are there now, right? That are kicking everybody's ass, sort of, so it's, yeah, man, it's proof's in the pudding. John says, I mean, not John, sorry, I called Brian John. He says, congratulations to Juju on the Honda Riding Talent Cup.
Yeah, that's been some time in the making. I'm honored. We're a huge Honda family. They saw him, they witnessed him, they got to meet him, they fell in love with him, and if Julian does what he's supposed to do, and Honda does what they're supposed to do, Julian's dream will be a little bit easier to achieve. So we're looking forward to that.
Me too. I think everybody is, right? Because we're all fans of you and Juju. So Carrie says, we appreciate everything you do for this community. You wouldn't have it any other way.
Big round of applause to you, Carrie. You're a big part of this. You and your husband Tim and your boys Chase and Cole. I love those boys to death, and I love you guys.
Absolutely. And Lisa Cunningham says, been getting my ass whooped by your kids for the last 7 years.
And yet you haven't experienced one of our events, so I'm still waiting for you to show up and see what it really looks like.
Love it. Glenn says, we drive 18 hours to come race one weekend and turn around and drive 18 hours home.
Is that the Jazakovs?
That's the Jazakovs.
Yeah, they're the ones who are driving down. They got the boys that did Mini Cup, and they've been coming down here. So
it's amazing, right? It also says a lot about SFLMiniGP, and everybody I talk to loves it, and everybody believes in it, and that's so proper mega for the whole thing, right? Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It's going to be. I suspect SFL Mini is going to take over Moto America one day.
No. That would be awesome.
Hey, listen, you heard it here first. Okay, you heard it here first. So, in 10 years from now, when that happens, all I'm going to say is go back and listen to our second surprise episode, breaking news on SFL Mini. You'll hear all about it.
It's right there.
It's right there. Proof's in the pudding. So,
yeah, I'm sure Wayne's shaking in his boots right now. So
or he might be calling me here saying, Mike, take it now. I don't want this circus anymore. It could go both ways.
I love it. Listen, Elisa says, listen, I can barely race a big bike. Every time I go to Busch now, I eat shit.
Hey, we've got our 3-day camp in January kind of coming up. So put it down on your calendar. Show up to the 3-day camp. We'll take care of that.
That's right. And then Heather Webster Clark says, we love you, Mike, and the whole racing family.
Man, if Sassy's my right hand, Heather's my left hand. So those race weekends, Heather's under that race tent. She's timing, she's gridding, she's calling, she's flagging, she's running, she's making us sandwiches at lunch. Man, that lady does not stop. So powerhouse right there. She is my powerhouse.
I love it. And this is the website. Hang on, what happened? There you go. This is the website again, everybody. So you make sure you guys go to the website, sign up, and pay your dues.
You don't just sign up. You just go out there, do whatever, and go out of the cart, buy something, register.
There you go. Yep. Simple as that. I love it. I love the simplicity of things, right? Because I think there's a whole stigmata about how to get your kid in, even doing a track day and everything that goes behind it. But you guys absolutely make it as easy as possible. Again, you just sign up. Yeah, you don't need gear. You just sign up. That's it.
And by the way, I'm going to embarrass him, but Mr. Spitz already donated a couple $100 to the fund, by the way, just from this call. So thank you. Thank you,
Bob. Appreciate you, buddy.
Dude.
Thank you. Yes,
absolutely. Amazing. And he has gorgeous motorcycles too, by the way.
Yeah,
Some of the prettiest bikes in the grid.
Oh, he's got a nice collection.
They're always pretty. He's got like the attitude I did when we started. It's like, well, we're not very fast, but we're gonna look good doing it.
We're gonna look real good.
Now it's like we look good and we're super fast.
I'm
right?
slow. My kids are getting faster, but I don't have to listen to his mouth.
At the end of the day, when you're on one of his bikes, no one's paying attention to how fast or slow you're going. You're just watching the motorcycle go around.
Yeah,
the track.
exactly.
That's true. I tell everybody it's just a tool to let you do what you want to do on the track, right? That's all it is.
Yeah, he's out there on a Ducati. He's running supermoto on a Ducati, hyper motard.
And Bob, I promise, Bob, I will not keep denying your proposal of me riding it. I will come prepared one weekend to ride it. I'm mentally preparing myself for that day because that bike may not go home with you.
He's like, I might bring some cash with me that day. I love it. And what bike is it, Mike?
It's a hyper motard.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's the 690. Is that what it is?
796.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I my buddy has one. I took it out riding and I brought it back. I was like, you better take this thing from me because I'm getting ready to lose my driver's license for sure.
Yep.
A lot of fun. Cameron Myers, bro, you missed all the news. He says, what's the breaking news? You're gonna have to go back and watch it now.
You're gonna have to watch it, bro.
Yeah.
And Cameron Myers style shows up at the end and wants all the answers. Hell no, you're gonna have to watch the show, bro.
It was good to see him at Daytona. It was good to see him and his dad.
Yeah, buddy. So. Our boy.
Bob says it's a 698.
I missed him this weekend. Cam decided to go to a different race this weekend instead of ours for a legitimate reason. We are far away from where he lives, so I'm not going to beat up on him too bad. But I guarantee you, he showed up and had some really easy pickings compared to what he would have had to compete with down here. So that's all right, Cam. That's fine. You can run shy around there. It's okay.
You can be all right with it. I'm salty about it.
Bob says, is this being recorded? Yes, Bob, it is being
recorded. Yeah, it'll be replayed, and you can replay it eventually on like Spotify and everything.
It'll be out everywhere tomorrow.
YouTube, everything. So.
Matter of fact, as soon as I stop this, as soon as we end this, you can automatically go back to my YouTube or the Facebook and rewatch it. So, yeah. Cameron says he's definitely coming to the next one.
I'm just busting his balls. I love that.
Just messing with you, Cam. We love you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Nelson ER says that new KTM SMR 390 though.
Yeah, that's a SSS 300 class, Nelson. So if you want to bring that one down, we've got a class for it too.
Yeah, dude, we had a good sized field with. I think we had 7 bikes in that field this week.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. By the way, I think it was Jules. So Jules had said, "I'm a hyper tard." Oh wait.
Yeah, I'm a hyper.
Moorhead said, "Make sure you wear a suit that fits, Mike."
Yeah, thanks. Hence my comment. I will hop on that bike when I'm prepared.
And that brings me to a good point to I can go ahead and give one of my other sponsors, Bison, a big shout out. You guys know I'm a big sponsor of Bison. I'm an ambassador. I love what they do for the community. They're always at every race. So if you guys, it's 2025. I tell everybody this. Don't buy the off-the-rack suit. Spend the money. Get you a full custom suit. You deserve it. Love yourself. Go to bisontrack.com. And there you guys go, right? So simple as that.
Pop up Chris Wickowicz's.
All right, yeah. Here it goes. So
holy crap.
Yeah, he said
listen.
You go ahead, Rick.
Everybody can read it. I'm just gonna tell you, I cannot tell you how many times I've heard people that start getting into track riding and race riding and it spoils them for the street and they don't want to go back. And I have my kid as a reference. I always use him. I've asked him 100 times if he ever wants to get a street bike, and he looks at me and goes, hell no. He goes, I am not going out on the street and taking risks out there. I'd rather ride 150 miles an hour with my hair on fire on the track than go out and deal with those morons. So I'm really glad to hear this, Chris, man. This is what it's all about. Take that crazy riding, push your limits, everything else, do it on the track. That's the place for it.
100%.
Chris, I want to say something about Chris too. So Chris Stojanovic is a guy that keeps me in check. He's an individual that what's the word I want to use, Chris? You're an individual that is not accepted by many, but I appreciate his straightforward approach. I appreciate how direct he is, and I appreciate that he is also able to take on a conversation. So I've had many customers, clients that have opinions, and when I don't share the opinion and I provide my reasoning for the opinion, they end up turning away and I never see them again. Chris has come up with many, many, many ideas on how in the gray area to run the organization to make sure everything is fair and cooperative for everyone. So I want to give Chris that applause and that thank you. That although I may not like to hear what he says sometimes, him and I are able to have great conversations and at the end of the day come up with a plan that fits the mold for many, and it's been successful for a long time. So, Chris, I appreciate you, dude, and I'm available for you anytime.
Nothing but love, Chris, is what he's saying. Absolutely. I wish I could do the heart emoji, but you guys.
Yeah, I know. He's only got one hand.
Yeah.
I can put mine.
There you go. There you go.
Do it to the edge of the screen or something.
I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah.
I don't know.
Something like that. So look, Northeast Jules, he says, I got to get back down there, LOL, to attend the SFL mini races and get my helmet back. You have to order more clutch levers too when it comes down.
It's sitting in my garage, Jules. It's sitting there pretty in my garage waiting for you to come back, buddy.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, Jules, we'll have to make a trip down there for sure. Heather says Tiffany does not want a street bike as well, but we'll race on the track any day.
Yeah, man. That's the place for it.
It is.
We've all been squids in our lives and everything else, and we've all had that moment, and then there's an aha. And it's not a snobbish thing. It's a life-changing thing. And you get out and play on the track. And I always used to say when you're growing up in the track, you get out on the street, and then you're the fastest guy in your group of street riders. Then you go out for a track day and you realize how slow you are. And then you start going out to track days and you move up and you get to expert class and you're like, oh crap, I'm going to go race now. And you realize how slow you are. And then you start doing club racing and everything else. You get fast there and you go pro and you realize how slow you are. It's just, it's crazy. It's just crazy how much better it is in a controlled environment. And it's still, it's not obviously the safest thing to do. You can still get hurt, but you're not going to have some old lady pulling in front of you, a dog running out from the side street, go off and hit a curb or a mailbox, a pole, a fence. It's a track. There's runoff. There's places to go. You're protected. It's to me, it just makes way more sense.
Unless you want to go race the Man X or the Isle of Man TT.
Oh, those guys
Northwest 200. Yeah, then by all means, right? But I still enjoy getting on my bike and riding to the movies and watching a movie or going out to eat for dinner and coming back. But riding the way I used to do on the street before I started getting the track days, absolutely not. It's it makes you appreciate riding the street even more than it did before you got on the track and learn the proper technique of riding, really eating that humble pie every time you move up a class, because that's what it is. You think you're Ricky Badass in this class, you move up to the next. You're not Ricky Badass, right? No more. So it's but it just makes you more aware. It makes you a better rider all around, right? With the skills involved to handle unfortunate circumstances that come along with riding the street, especially nowadays that we got these and everybody's doing this all the time, which makes it even more dangerous. So I don't like to use that word dangerous. I think it's a bad word. It's just like I don't like to use the word sponsorship. I prefer to use the word friendship, because that's really what it is. It's a friendship, right? Just me personally. So but yeah, I still like to ride on the street every once in a while. I prefer to put on my suit and go down the parking lot on a Grom and act like I'm Valentino Rossi or Juju, right? Act like I'm him and tearing it up and having fun and coming back, right? I have a lot more fun doing that than obviously riding a big bike on the street. Unless me, Rick, and Michael could say, hey, let's ride to California, go watch Laguna Seca. That's different, right? But
I would definitely get on a bike still and whatever. You just gotta, doing this. I think it level sets your brain. that you can go do a little speed run on an open highway, but you're not canyon carving and everything else. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of guys on here and that race and whatever that still would like to do that, but for me and a lot of people I talk to, it's just the track is where it's at.
110%. Bob, real quick, says watching Gabe race at T4, then riding with him at 125 at Jennings on Monday was the highlight of my week.
Listen, Bob, I saw your post and I called up my boy Marcus Schulte at Next Ride Largo because that's part of Tampa Ducati, and I'm like, how the hell did I not know about their event on Monday? We just got the Milwaukee back from a full rebuild thanks to Tim Cassisi and Buck. And we could have gone. I was so bummed that we missed it and found out about it afterwards. But I'll tell you, dude, these kids on 250s will flat out smoke most adults' asses out there. Like, they're insane.
And they all come from SFLMiniGP.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, gentlemen, we're almost an hour and 20 minutes into this podcast.
Yeah, it's spring break Friday night. I got to go deal with my fam and give them some love. So,
yeah, I'm gonna go out here and
I still got 46 minutes to get down to Miami airport before Julian walks out with all his shit and realizes I haven't made it yet. So traffic is crap heading down to Miami, but I'm on my way.
Yeah. Well, listen, drop safe, Mike. It's always an honor to have you on. We'll definitely have to sit down and do this again soon. I need to get Juju back on too, as a matter of fact.
You do. And Jamie, Jamie's been sitting here listening to this the whole time.
I know. I haven't forgot about Jamie. I'm gonna get ready to give her a big shout out. Jamie, you need to come back on the podcast too. Tell me how many boys' hearts you done broke at the racetrack and how many championships you're gonna win this year. All that good. You have my number. Shoot me a text and we'll set it up 100%.
Okay.
So
there you go.
Yeah, well, gentlemen, this has been
her little sister's coming for her. She's gonna start smoking her soon.
Yeah, well, I love it. Listen, we'll end this here in a minute. I want to give all my shout outs real quick, and then I'm gonna let you two gentlemen you give all your guys a shout out. I appreciate everybody that watches the podcast. Without you guys and girls coming on here, I would not be able to do this. So it's nothing but love to every single one of you. I say it all the time. I hope you guys are not tired of me saying it, because I'm gonna continue saying it, because it's an absolute honor and it means so much to me. It really does. Again, without all your love and support, I wouldn't be doing this. So you guys are the proper mega stars. And yeah, it's an honor. Big shout out to Next Level Financial, BisonTrack.com, Chef Eats, TST Industries, theclothingking.co.uk, Superbike Supply, SFLMiniGP, Mini USA, SBK.com. Don't forget, go there, sign up. RD Racing and my man Jake Marsh out in the UK, Vet2 Track, Flying Eyes Optics, 64-degree racing. I say this all the time. Mike and Rick, do not show up to the race weekend with one undersuit. Bring more undersuits than you do underwear and socks. Everybody will thank you. Trust me, we've all been there. Tate actually sent me a custom 2-piece undersuit, and I'm in love with it. Big shout out to Ghetto Customs, Carnes Performance in Pennsylvania, KYT Helmets America, K-Tech Suspension, Birch Kendall and Dakari, RTR Racing, Ready to Race in North Carolina, Coleman Power Sports here in Virginia. If you ever wanted to do a track day at a MotoGP event, look no further than McLeo Escapes Track and Tour. You can go to his website and sign up. I need everybody to go to Road Racing World, sign up and donate to the air fence. It's imperative we have them at the Moto America events, racetracks across America. Otherwise, we'll be not racing. Also, go to Mini USA and donate to. Big shout out to STG, Brian Van and Mike's Van, Drippin' Wet Graphics, REB Graphics, and GRG Graphics, which is Gus Rodeo. Big shout out to Venom Undersuits, Leaky, all my friends in the UK. Mike the Spike Edwards, which is a BSB legend, has his personal coaching he provides. You can go to v121pro.com or mike.edwards.net and sign up. Big shout out to everybody at BTR, Build Train Race Program. I absolutely love it. Moto America. Big shout out to all the girls racing this year. I think they got 4 new girls racing this year, so I can't wait to see the season get started for them. Racer 411 program at tippingracing.com, Hyper Naked Suits, California Superbike UK, Moto Mutt International, Turn 12, King Performance, SCMRC, which is a new race organization. They just started out there in Texas. They had a big weekend last weekend, so big shout out to them. Obsession Engineering, and last but not least, BTI Photos. So yeah, I need to hang this up on my wall.
Dude, hold on, wait, hold on. I've been saying this for a long time. You are the hardest working guy in podcast world.
Bro.
The first time we did something, you had like 5 names. Now we
Not
had
even
5 minutes. We had to wait 5 minutes for you to rattle them all off. Congratulations, dude. Right?
Thank you.
Bro.
Thank you.
Holy cow.
Damn.
Back here, I was on mute, like, bro, is this guy gonna stop? Like, he's reading the Bible. That was awesome.
Thank
awesome.
you.
Get some oxygen, man.
I gotta take a deep breath on that one.
Man.
I'll let
Nice
Mike close
job.
us out. I'm just gonna say, thank you to I know you guys got Bison sponsor you. Envy Racing Apparel has wrapped Coop in leathers ever since we started, and Darwin has just been amazing to us. So thanks to him. We get sponsored by Vortex EK as well, and honestly, I get to shout out to McIntyre Racing. So Coop is now part of McIntyre Racing. Lee McIntyre and family came in and has really embraced the community, and he's brought in riders from little guys to adults. And he brought us in to be part of the team. He's got Chris Miranda as the team coach, and he's literally all in. I cannot thank him enough for including us in his organization. And it's really something special. So and of course to SFL Mini GP and Mike, he knows how much love I have for him. So
Yep, and that love is very much mutual. On the SFL side, you've got KYT Helmets sponsoring our Spec 50 class. You've got Ride Dunlop sponsoring Spec 110. You got Chef Eats sponsoring Mini GP Pro. You've got Envy Racing sponsoring GP 110. You've got DH Motoring and CJR sponsoring the F1 and 2 classes. You've got Chef Eats sponsoring the Monkey Bike class. And I think I got them all. Did I get them all?
73. Did you get them?
73 parts, 73 Moto Parts sponsoring Super Mini.
I love
and TST.
TST Industries.
TST is just all the way around SFL Mini GP backer. I mean, whatever we need from them, they step up. They're great to our kids. They're great to our minis. They look out for whatever our needs are on the tracks, mainly crash protection. So if you don't have any crash protection on your mini bikes, TST Industries has you covered with your crash protection.
Oh yeah, I finally got to meet Bart at Daytona, which was absolutely amazing. He gave me a TST hat and a shirt. I gave him one of my podcast shirts. He's an amazing human being. What he's doing too. So
Bart and Mark are awesome dudes.
That absolutely, Chris. I was laughing at Chris. He says Simcoe is going to pass out. I had to take a deep breath on that one for sure.
Oh shit. Yeah,
but listen, gentlemen, this has been a lot of fun. I can't wait to sit back down with you, gentlemen, again in the future. Big thanks, SFL Mini GP. I'm a huge fan of everything you guys do. I love to see the progress, and again, you guys heard it first. They're going to take over Moto America in the future.
Heck yeah.
Let's go.
That's it.
I love it. I love it.
From your lips to God's ears.
That's right. Absolutely. So is there anything you guys want to say for in the podcast?
Oh, come on out. Here's my challenge. I'm going to throw out a challenge to all of our SFL family. Bring a kid to the racetrack. Get a new kid on 50s. Our future of our sport and this organization is in the children. And stacking those 50 grids and Spec 110 grids and getting them all started in the sport is the way we do it. So bring a kid to the track day. That's what we got to start doing. So
100%. 100%. Mike, was there anything you want to say?
Thank you, everyone that has ever shown up to an SFL Mini GP event. Thank you to all my volunteers and all the individuals that help us in the background. Thank you to all my racers that come out and make SFL Mini GP what it is. I appreciate you all, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Me too. Absolutely. Well, on that note, you guys, I put up the website. Make sure you go up, sign up for your next event, donate if you want to donate. These guys are doing big things. Big shout out to everybody behind the scenes that makes SFL Mini what it is, because without every single one of you guys and girls doing what you're doing, every role is just important. Just like it is a racer at the track, right? Everybody, the tire changing guy, the guys cooking the food, whatever. Everybody's got an important
Takes a
role.
crew, man. Takes a crew.
It takes a village to raise a racer. Same thing with SFL Mini. It's the whole village behind it that makes the circus. It's a beautiful circus too, and it's an honor to be part of it and to represent you guys. So yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, man, no problem. So on that note, we will see you guys here soon. I got a couple more podcasts coming up this weekend, and oh yeah, I'm not going to Austin. I can't fly. Doc told me no flying out to Texas because of my surgery. So I'll be here. I'll be filling in the gaps, doing some podcasts.
You heal up, and we're going to see you soon at the track for sure.
100% you guys will. And yeah, love to see you both, and can't wait to see you guys again.
Peace.
All right. Let's end this.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.